We've all heard the phrase, that kind of thing doesn't happen in our town. But here on Midwest Murder, True Crime Stories, we will shatter that false reality. In fact, it happens more often than we know, and sometimes the details of the most horrific crimes that happen in our neighborhoods are lost in the back pages of newspapers, forgotten on our news channels, and eventually erased over time. We're here to talk about murder, diving into some of the most controversial cases in Midwest history. This show will not shy away from the morbid details of these horrific events and the often ugly truths behind them. What you will hear is a detailed timeline of events, perspectives from those closely involved, and analysis by experts. What you will feel is the darkness that surrounds each story, the innocence lost by the victims, and hopefully, the justice that was ultimately delivered.
Don Palumbo.
Jonah Lanto. I was out of breath there. I think I forgot to breathe.
Oh,
It's been a while.
It's sometimes that intro feels like a marathon.
It really does. It really does. Yeah.
But then you try sprinting through it.
I know.
And you can't. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
Moderation.
It's hard. It's hard. And it's been 3 weeks since we've been in the studio.
Has it been that long?
I think so. It's been a while.
Dang.
Yeah. Time flies, man.
It does
Yeah.
when you're having fun.
I guess. Well, on your screen, you were going to see a graphic there with QR code and kind of all things fun there. That QR code is going to take you to all things Midwest Murder. You can find where we're doing live shows. We've got some coming up, some merch. You can become one of our Midwesty besties in Club Midwest. So scan that and just follow it wherever the music takes you, kitten. Yeah. So here we are back in the studio. This year, or this episode, we are going to the year 1982. Ozzy, infamously, yet allegedly, bit the head off of a bat in Des Moines, Iowa. The Midwest. Yeah, he did things right.
Okay.
The final episode of the Lawrence Welk Show aired. Of course, Lawrence Welk, we all know, except for Jonah, of course, that was a Strasburg, North Dakota native. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea until very recently.
Yeah. The movie Annie premiered, as did E.T., the Extraterrestrial, and the TV show Cheers.
I love Cheers.
Big fan of that. Yep. Yeah. Sally Ride became the first American woman astronaut. Graceland was opened to the public. Cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules caused immense public terror after killing 7. Turns out it had nothing to do with Tylenol. It was some crazed murder. If you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, highly recommend it.
And that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have the foil tamper-free lid or whatever it is now. So yeah, 28 skiers performed backflips while holding hands in Quebec all at one time. How about that?
I know we throw Guinness World Records in here, but I'll take it.
I mean, it seemed noteworthy. Prince Charles and Princess Diana welcomed a baby boy, Prince William, who will be king here eventually. Joe Montana made the catch. Many would say that it was not a catch. He was throwing it away. I'll happily debate that at any other time. Super Bowl 16, the 49ers beat the Bengals 26-21. In the Stanley Cup, the Islanders beat the Canucks in 4 games. And the longest baseball game at Wrigley Field ended after 22 innings.
It's too long.
That is way too long. And I love baseball.
Like, give me a shootout or something. I don't know.
Just something.
Send it to a shootout. Home run derby.
Yeah, something. And in the World Series, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Milwaukee Brewers. Wow. 2 Midwestern teams. Yeah. So we are also headed to Hastings, Nebraska today, which is the birthplace of Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Don't make us drink any today.
Not that kind of Kool-Aid anyway. And it certainly wouldn't be grape Kool-Aid. But yeah. On the morning of Sunday, December 5th, 1982, around 9:30 a.m., 4-year-old Janine sleepily walked down the steps from her bedroom to the main floor of the apartment she lived in with her mom and 2-year-old brother. Hoping her mom would turn on the TV for her, she first went to the bathroom, where she saw her mom wearing a robe laying on the floor. She first shook her mom to wake her up, and then she used the bathroom, flushed the toilet, and washed her hands. Even at 4 years old, Janine knew her mom was dead. She kind of slipped out the sliding glass door in the kitchen and went to the next door neighbor to get help. Janine's mom was 26-year-old Patty Wolzen. During an interview about 10 years ago, Janine was asked how she knew what to do. Through tears, she said, quote, "Because I had a good mom." Oh, man. That
poor kid.
That one hits me. That one, And hearing her say it, she's like, because I had a good mom. And it's like, as a mom, as a parent, you just hope that your kids will do the right thing and will know what to do when you're not around.
Yeah,
and
wave of emotion hearing that. That hit me.
And when the neighbors arrived to help, they thought simply that Patty had fallen and had an accident. They called 911 and noticed the door to the apartment had been blocked by a chair propped under the doorknob.
Oh, from the inside?
From the inside.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Yeah, so they moved the chair so paramedics would be able to enter. When first responders arrived, it was clear that Patty had been deceased for several hours, and they noticed right away that it was definitely no accident. On Patty's neck, detectives noticed bruising, which led them to suspect that she had been strangulated.
Sure.
And as detectives began to process the apartment, which of course was now a crime scene, they noticed that nothing appeared to have been taken, nothing seemed out of place, and Patty's purse didn't even appear to have been rifled through. Nothing was strewn about, looked like it had been ransacked. There were also just no obvious signs of a break-in or struggle.
So yeah, this one of the first things, of course, you're looking for. You're going to identify whether or not this is an accident. You're assuming in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. We've all seen the movies. We've all probably even felt that scary moment.
Oh my gosh!
What if I slipped and fell and I cracked my head on the toilet or the sink or something, and that was it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So certainly that you run through those things, but when nothing is missing and the door is locked from the inside, this is feeling like a very scary, very targeted, maybe even a personal level of. Or even, I don't know, you haven't told us the details yet, but I would jump to, we have a female victim. This is possibly a sexual assault or a rape if we've got these things. But that chair being against the inside door freaks me out. That's
the whole thing as I was kind of researching this and watching it, seeing that everything else could have been explained away except for the marks on her neck. Right. But that took a little bit more, I guess, looking or a deeper look, right?
Investigating,
yeah. But the chair, she wouldn't have done that.
No.
Unless she felt she was in fear of her safety or something. But even then, it just seems out of place.
What a weird thing to feel like you need. Is there a deadbolt on the door? Most doors, I feel like, just regularly have a deadbolt, but I guess this was 82. Maybe that wasn't an option back then. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. So things just seem odd. Then you do throw in the marks on her neck. Then it's, completely different. Game over.
And the kids were clearly left alone. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as they're processing the scene, it was clear that she had not been alone that night, aside from the kids upstairs sleeping. Oh. And she'd had at least one visitor. On the dining room table were multiple Miller High Life beer cans, and the ashtray sitting in the middle of the beer cans in the table had 2 different brands of cigarettes.
Okay.
So clearly somebody else was there.
Absolutely.
I don't think 4-year-old Janine is picking up Marlboro Lights, right?
Clearly she had company or guest or somebody. Yeah. Somebody knows something. That means to me somebody knows something.
And 2 of the 4 chairs at the table had been pulled out as if they'd been sat in.
It's good detective work. Good observational stuff right there.
Well, clearly nobody pushed their chair in. Don't be rude when you're at somebody's house. Push the chair in, right?
As a reminder, please push your chairs in.
Yeah. Well, so when
public service announcement.
Exactly. Push your chair and be a good be a good guest.
It's the Midwest. We're polite. We know our manners.
Right. When we return from the break, let's find out a few more details on what happened to Patty.